Hi everyone, this is Christine Josty from Mail Something Pretty, and today I'm going to show you how to do a faux watercolor background. And on this particular card, this is my watercoloring that I did that I'm going to show you, and I hope it's a wow effect because I think it's pretty cool, and it's not hard and it's pretty quick. And just to show you that each card is going to be different, this card, the watercoloring is a little different. And here's a third one. So it's kind of cool how they all have their own little personalities. So what we're going to do first is start with a piece of shimmer paper, and I just loosely mounted it to a piece of cardboard. And I will put the directions, or rather the measurements, on my website, but the shimmer paper is 3 by 3 1/4. And we are going to use our Stampin' Write markers. For this particular card, I chose the colors Tempting Turquoise, Island Indigo, and Rich Raspberry. And we also need a block and a paper towel. And the last thing we need is a spritzer. And so this is Stampin' Up! Spritzer. It just has water in it right now. And they're pretty cheap. I think they are two for $3. Here we go. On page 180, that will change with the new catalog, the page number that is. That's that. If you don't have one of these, I have, this is from my dentist, and they were giving these away, and they had hand sanitizer, and once that was done, I turned it into a spritzer. And the other thing you can use, I found this in my daughter's room, she uses this for her hair, so anything that sprays water will work. Okay. So what we're going to do is that down, move this over. I'm going to take our markers, and I'm going to start with the lighter color, so the Tempting Turquoise. I've done this in other videos, but just to show you, I put a piece of washi tape on my pen. There are two different tips for these pens or markers, a paintbrush tip and more of a writing tip. I tend to use the paintbrush tip a lot more, so I just marked it with washi tape so I don't have to keep checking to see which tip I'm looking for. And I'm just going to color, not so neatly, just get some color on there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Island Indigo. You can kind of cross colors or just meet up to it, either way is fine. And the last color is the Rich Raspberry. So far this is the only color combination I've done this with, but I'm sure that it looks beautiful with lots of colors. Okay, so I just colored on my block, and then I'm going to take my spritzer, and I'm not going to spritz too close. I'm going to raise it up a little bit just so that the water has a better surface area. And always make sure where your tip is because you don't want to spray yourself. So I'm going to spray 4 times, kind of almost in each corner. Well, I did 5 because I missed. And then I'm going to just place it down on my piece of paper, and hopefully you can see it. It just kind of swirls and blends, and it's really cool. So what I want you to do is when you pick up your block, just pick it straight up, and then I'm just going to put it on my paper towel. So you just pick it straight up and just wipe, and then it's clean to do it again. And then isn't that cool? So we're going to let that sit and dry, and for the sake of the video, I already have another one done. Actually, I have 2 done. And it probably only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to dry. These are 2 other ones that I did earlier. And again, they all are different, but they all are awesome. And then the just to show you, this sample here, I did too much water. I don't even know, I may not have even had it taped down, and it pooled, and so it dried. So that's quite not so pretty. And this one, it was fine except for there was no connection between the block and the paper, so either there probably wasn't enough water, so it has that kind of blank mark. And then this one here, it's fine, it's just my colors didn't really blend, so I must not have had enough water on that one. So just to show you some different samples. So I'm going to just grab this one, the painter's tape, and I've used the tape many, many times. It lasts for a while. Okay, so really now, it's not a whole lot left to do for the card. My base color is Island Indigo. I took an 8.5 by 11, cut it in half, and scored it in the middle. And then what I did was, here we go. I took another piece of Island Indigo, it's at 5 1/4 by 4, and I ran it through my Big Shot. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to show you on the Big Shot. I've showed you how to use it in other videos, but I did use my Seaside embossing folder. So what I do is you put your paper inside the embossing folder, run it through your Big Shot, and then you get this really cool texture. And then also the dragonflies, which is part of the Dragonfly Dreams bundle. This is the framelits, or the thinlits. I always get mixed up how they're called. It comes with 5 of them, which I've used all of them many times. You can even see I have glitter stuck to them because I've used it with a lot of glitter paper. And it does coordinate beautifully with the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set. For this particular card, I'm not using the stamp set, but they work really nicely. The framelits go right over the dragonflies and the bee, and so they're nice. So what I used for this card was this, and I don't know if it's called a swarm of dragonflies or a family, I don't know what they're called, but I used this piece and I cut it with silver foil paper. Some of these dragonflies, if you only wanted a single one, I think the first and the last one you can just trim with your paper snips and you can get a single one. These ones are kind of connected. Okay, so I'm just going to use my snail to tape this down on my base. There we go. And then I also have a piece of vellum, and that just acts just as a slight little border. And that piece is, let's see, 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. So this shimmer paper works really nicely with the water because it doesn't pill or warp too much, but it has a little bit of shape to it. So just make sure when you just tape it pretty good. Get all 4 sides. I'm going to put that down to my vellum. And then I'm going to use dimensionals, 1 in each corner, just to give it a little height. And I'll put that right on the card, like so. And then I have my dragonflies. I like to use the Tombow glue, and I just put a little bit of glue kind of on their bodies. It does dry clear, which is really nice, and it's actually pretty quick drying glue as well. So I'm just going to stick that right on there. Hold it down for a second. Okay, and again, you can see a little glue there, but it will dry clear. I also used on this card, you can see it, some sequins. I used the Bermuda Bay, which really is a monotone with this Island Indigo paper, and a little silver. So I have these spools of sequins, and they last forever when you use them one at a time. Just take them off the string. And these actually are being retired with the current catalog, and I believe they're coming out with some that are a little bit smaller in the circumference. So I don't know, we'll have to see how small, if that's going to be a viable option of taking them off one at a time. We'll find out. So I just put a little glue where I want to put my sequins, and this one's already stuck to my finger. There we go. Actually all gluey, but they'll dry clear, so it's fine. Okay, so there we go. Pretty quick card. Let me show you my piece that we made before. Is almost dry, not quite, but really it only takes a few minutes, and I like to tape it down just because it will dry flat. But I just love this technique. So there you go, a faux watercoloring technique using your Stampin' Write markers and a clear block. Thanks for watching. I'm Christine at Mail Something Pretty. Have a great day.